Hey, this is Sensei Tanner Kreitz, and today I'm here with Carrie Locke. She's the owner of Clockwork, which is a mindfulness training group. And what they do is they do seminars and personal coaching and group training to teach people about how to be more mindful in their daily lives. And so I wanted to talk to her today because Unity has just started with our high performance habits contest and web program. And it's a free program where each day you can get up to 3 points by logging in and claiming these three different activities, and they're based on mindfulness. And so they're mental, physical, and community. And so to get your mind point, you have to shut down your electronics 2 hours before you go to sleep and just do something that's social, that uses your brain, read a book, do a puzzle, talk to people, learn something. To get your physical point, you either come to your class at Unity or do one of our online trainings or do another workout. But it's important that it's not like you looked at your steps at the end of the day and it was enough. It's the whole idea is that you focus yourself on this time to challenge your physical body and sort of feel what it's like to use your body in the world and to push it to its limits and really be present to that, as opposed to just having done some work over the course of the day. And then the community one is that you have to take some time each day, maybe 15 minutes, and just show gratitude to someone or some place or something. So for instance, you could write someone a letter. You could decide that you're going to go sweep the leaves off of the steps of a building that is important to you. But it's, again, the mindfulness part is important, because instead of just looking back at your day and saying, oh no, I'm a good person, we're looking for you to plan it and then do it with intention and be mindful about it during that process. So I wanted to talk to Carrie a little bit about mindfulness and what's her take on our project.
Yeah, so that was such a great description, Tanner, of what I do and how it sort of ties in with this high performance habits challenge that you're doing. I really like how you've structured it, where you've got a mind component, a body component, and a spirit component. Because research has shown time and time again, psychological research, medical research has shown that these three things are inextricably tied to one another. And so, when you are working on one, you're affecting the others. And if you are just working on one and not the others, you aren't really getting the whole picture. And so I like how that you have structured that forces people, if they want to participate in this challenge, to really be intentional about those habits. Because really that's what mindfulness is. It's an intentional focus on the present moment. Most of us are usually in the past, thinking about what we have already done, or we're in the future, thinking about what we are going to do, or worried about what we're going to do.
One thing I wanted to ask you about was when I talk to people about these, especially when they say, well, does this count for a point? And I find myself grasping for the right words. And so I'm hoping you can give me some of those words about the difference between, yes, I did a nice thing for someone that was great in the past, as opposed to the difference between that and planning out that I am going to do this nice thing and then intentionally living within the action of doing that nice thing in the moment. Can you talk for a second about how those two things fall differently on the human animal?
Yeah. I think that one of them is to use the word mindful within this. I mean, really, one is mindless and one is mindful. And when you are intentionally focused on something and you are fully present while you're doing it, you aren't just engaged with the other person, but you are actually engaging with your own mind, body, and spirit while you're doing that. And the research shows that the health benefits for your own self when you do those things are exponentially increased. And so the focus that you have placed on this is evidence-based and ties right into better performance and better focus, I think, in martial arts practice, which obviously is why you're doing it.
Well, so the big question I have for you as a martial artist, the one thing I always want to know is, does anything occur to you that could help us do it better than what we're doing now?
Yeah. So you, when you first started talking about what the point designations are, I think the mind one, remind me again, the mind one.
The mind one is about turning off your electronics and letting your mind.
And so you talked about at the end of the day, doing it for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I might consider, or a participant in this activity might consider doing it for 2 hours in the morning rather than 2 hours at night. Sometimes, often I think that we get into that habit of waking up and immediately grabbing our phone, immediately turning on the radio, immediately turning on the television, and we're immediately distracted from the present moment. And so maybe doing those things in the morning in addition.
Or just giving people the option, pick one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things I really hope for, because I know that, especially after a few weeks of trying to do it myself, I know that getting all 3 points every day is a lot. That's a lot of being mindful and present in my day to fit in with being a dad and running a business and trying to stay healthy and everything else as it is. But, on a week, you could get 21 points in a week because you can do 3 things per day. On a week where you get 12 points is a week where you've slept better and exercised well and been more involved with people. And it's just, everybody that has been participating in this keeps talking about how much better even just getting half the points makes the course of the week. So I'm pretty excited about giving people more reasons to give it a try.
Yeah. And, your point is well taken. I mean, because it's really like a muscle. Mindfulness is like building a muscle. And the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. And so, to your point about the fact that it's hard to do it in a day, that's okay. I mean, that's part of when you first start out in martial arts, you don't have the stamina that you might have after you've practiced for 6 months.
Right.
So I think just intentional focus each day on continuing to do those things, and then it begins to weave itself more seamlessly into your life so that then it becomes a little easier to do each day.
Awesome. Well, this has been perfect, and I'm going to change that requirement as soon as we get off this call because I think that's a really good addition. Yeah. Well, Carrie, thanks so much, and I really appreciate your time and your insight.
Thank you, Tanner. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. You have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.